Hey everybody, how's it going? So I'm here in my living room and I wanted to give you an update on the XR650R. I would have used it as a backdrop, but it's cold outside, cold in my garage, and I didn't want to go out there. I'm not a cold weather person. Here I am in my living room. At least I'm wearing a Honda shirt here, so give them props. And I have to give them major props because for a large company like that to step up and say, here's $500 for your bike build project, we like what you're doing, is enormous. I mean, big corporations, there's lawyers, there's liability, there's all that stuff. Is this guy going to do us right? A lot of companies don't like to hand you cash, and I kind of understand. They don't know me, except I do have a relationship through years of contacting them and what have you. So it's cool in two thumbs up that, they said, here's 500 bucks to start, and possibly might be some parts out there or something. But we're gonna see what we need, and if we need anything major, obviously we'll probably go to them first to say, we need this part, this part, this part. What can you do? Do you have anything in the warehouse? And I'm sure that's going to happen because once Morgan at Highland Cycles, which is another huge two thumbs up because he's stepping up to do the mechanical, to put stuff on the bike, to see what the bike needs, make a list, and then we can check it twice type thing, kind of like Santa. It's winter time, so sorry about that. We're going to build this bike as nice as we can to obviously get as much money as we can to give it to Motorcycle Relief Project. They're a veteran group. They work with veterans and first responders, by the way, for PTSD. And they take them out on a ride on big adventure bikes. They go around, and it's not a huge ride because the focus is to ride some, and you bond when you ride. When you ride with people you don't know, you tend to bond. You help people out, they drop a bike, you jump off, you help them get their bike up, they help you in some way. And it's a very bonding thing, adventure riding with other people, especially people you don't know. So they take a group out, and then they go and have a counseling session later. And they talk about their problems, and they learn that they're not out there alone by themselves because they rode with these guys and gals through the day and went to the counseling session. They now have these contacts where if they're feeling down or whatever, they can call somebody up and say, hey, I'm in a dark spot in my life, and talk through their issues with somebody. It's a real bonding moment for these guys and gals. Riding alone's a bonding moment. Imagine you have these issues and you learn there's other people with these issues, and now you can talk through these issues and try to understand them better and understand you're not alone. So, I'm lucky. I don't have PTSD. So I can't relate. I can just tell you what they do, and it seems to really help them out. I have worked with Motorcycle Relief Project in the past, help them get some stuff for like auction dinner or for the Christmas stuff and stuff in years past. And I've met with Tom and I've talked with Tom, and so we've talked over the years. So I trust him. I trust what he does. I've seen what he does. I know people that have gone through his program and like how it was run. So I figured this is something, I could auction the XR650R off, we can raise as much money, and they get the money. So hopefully it puts 1, 2, 3 riders through their program because it's 100% free, but obviously there's cost as an organization, even though he's a nonprofit, to maintain the bikes and all that stuff and travel around and put on these events. So they run on donations, as you could imagine. And it costs money. So, I figure this is something I like. I like riding. These other people, some people haven't even ridden before and they come out, or they've only ridden a Harley and they come out and they do these events and it helps them out. And, just riding in general. And a lot of them, I think, come away that have never ridden off-road, a big adventure bike, like, wow, here's a new hobby. I can do. I can get on a big bike, I can go out there and ride and just think things through and just relax. I'm supporting riding and I'm supporting veterans by doing this. Some people are going to ask, well, what do you get out of it? Very little. This is just something I've always said I would probably give away the bike. So I rebuilt the XR650R at one point. I reached out to companies like Trail Tech and they gave me the HID headlight they don't make anymore. IMS Products always was behind me. They gave me the tank, they gave me a few tanks over the years, and foot pegs, various foot pegs over the years, and a shifter. And the idea was I was going to give this bike away. That's how I was envisioning it originally. Like, because you're helping me rebuild the bike, I don't want to make money off what you gave me to rebuild the bike, to ride it for many, many years, to get it to the 20-year mark. The bike will be 20 years old in 2021. When it's 20 years old, I'm going to give it away. Now, I know what you're going to say. Well, this is an auction. Well, the auction makes more sense because we can raise money for a group of people, good people that could use the money. So it's not a giveaway, because if I gave it away, you're going to sell it. Most likely, whoever got the bike is going to sell it. And I don't like that idea. And trying to vet somebody, whether they're going to have it for a while, too difficult. And at the end of the day, they're going to sell it, and they just got a free I might as well just pull out money and say, here's $2,000, here's $5,000, and here you go, because that's what somebody would do. So why go through the hassle of giving them a bike? The better option here is to auction it off and give the proceeds to a charity. 100%, they get everything. A huge thank you to Morgan at Highland Cycles out in Montrose, Colorado. He's the mechanic, he's the builder on this project. So he's donating his time, his labor, which is valuable. That is very valuable. He's donating that. That's huge. So I'm donating the bike. He's donating his labor, time, expertise, and I'm sure he's going to make videos on installing stuff, how it's coming along for his audience. And I'll probably share that through my Facebook and that, so you all can follow along on how it's coming. And I'll probably give you updates like this because I won't have the bike with me to show you the bike, but I'll be able to give you some verbal updates, and then you can check out his videos and on the bike build and all that. So that's a huge thank you. American Honda for giving $500 to start off this build. A huge thank you. Companies don't like to part way with their money, but you know, I've talked to Chuck Bouterman over the years, and you know, some of the stuff, ideas didn't come to fruition, but over the years they've given stuff for events, and that's been awesome. So you know, it's very awesome actually. I'm underplaying that drastically because I'm not a person that goes, hey man, yeah, look, and gets all excited. But I'm definitely underplaying that. For a company to give you $500 is a miracle. It's a miracle because they just don't do it. A variety of reasons. It's easier to give you a shirt that costs a couple dollars for them to produce in the millions than it is to give you $500 is $500 cash, even to a big company. So 2 thumbs up to American Honda. Once again, 2 thumbs up to Morgan at Highland Cycles. Huge. That's also huge, and I'm underplaying that. That's huge. I don't have time to go through the bike and build the bike myself. I would be working on this for a year. No one wants to deal with this for a year, and you know, need to see results and have it done. So we're thinking spring. So Morgan will have till spring because spring commands the most for bikes, and we'll sell it then during spring. It'll probably be an eBay auction. That's how Motorcycle Relief Project said they're set up on eBay as a nonprofit. So that should work really well because, as you know, that way I might not even have to deal with the money directly, and The person just has to pick up the bike, and I'll just sign the title over to them, and bam, done, you know? So I'm hoping that works out as planned and as smoothly as planned. Another awesome company that stepped up is IMS Products once again. They gave a new tank, so it's nice and fresh and clear. You know, it's not yellowed from age or anything. It is a nice tank. It is the 4.2 gallon, I believe, and a shifter. Actually, Morgan at Highland Cycle already has those parts. They shipped them right away, and we have those for the bike build. Also, Evans waterless coolant. They stepped up to give their coolant, so that's what the bike's going to be on. No overheating issues. It's going to be perfect. Just found out today that Wiseco pistons and also Pro-X, kind of subsidiaries of themselves, I believe, same guys, they are basically given probably top end and stuff. Right now it's kind of open-ended because we need to see what Morgan says what we need when he breaks down the motor and makes that list, and then we're going to go to them and say, this is what we need. Do you have it for an XR650R? See, they do have a whole list of parts, so hopefully we can get those. Those will go in, and they've always helped out through many things I've done, events and whatnot, so I trust them for the parts and what have you. So that's why they're on my website, meekerextreme.com, listed with their logo and stuff. That's where we stand with the XR650R right now. Oh, also a huge thank you to somebody named Rick. They gave $20 on GoFundMe. Kind of let you all know how that works. So full transparency here, because I'm just some guy to some of you and you don't know me. Honda gave the 500 bucks, and we just did through GoFundMe because they asked if I take credit card. I'm like, I'm just a YouTuber. I don't take credit card. But I said I was thinking about setting up a GoFundMe. If you want to pay that way, that's one way, or if some other way, that's fine. So I quickly tossed up a GoFundMe page, and they gave $500, and a guy named Rick gave 20 bucks. Thank you, Rick, for the $20. So you would think that's 520 bucks. Well, GoFundMe takes a pretty good fee. So obviously I'm tracking all this, right? Because I don't want to be accused of anything. So it comes out to something like $504, might be some odd cents there, of money we have to work with right now for the build project if there's stuff we need. There's going to be more companies we reach out to from my end, from Morgan's end, because he has connections too, and we're going to obviously try to get parts free, but if not, you know, maybe just a discount. Like, I know we should get new plastics. We should get new plastics. So I don't know if a company like UFO, or maybe we'll just go with Honda plastics. Maybe Honda will help there too, or something. Or maybe there's another online company that's willing to give a discount on all those parts, a strong discount for this bike build, for like plastics or whatever, really, for whatever, and we can order through them. That's one idea. So I don't know. I'm still working these leads. I don't 100% know what we need for the bike until Morgan gets the bike. Hopefully I can get him the bike before Christmas. I'll probably, if have to, a weekend, run the bike down and turn around, just run back, you know, and maybe do a little video at our shop, you know, and just basically turn and burn, man. Wake up early, go out to Montrose, and then come back. It's going to be a pain in the butt, a lot of drive time, but I need to get him the bike and just need to get it done. And I don't have the time right now, and it's cold out there to go out there for 4 days. I would love to, and take both bikes and do some riding, but that's not going to happen. So as the bike build project comes along, I will obviously give you updates. Like I said, I want to do transparency here. Who's this guy? He's auctioning off this bike for motorcycle relief projects. Who is he? If I give him 20 bucks, is he building the bike for himself in the end? Is he pocketing the money? Those are all honest and serious questions you would have. That's something I would ask. But I'm not. This is legitimately something I wanted to do for a long time. So I'm going to get the bike to Morgan, and then I think there'll be a little bit more trust there once Morgan has the bike, once Morgan starts to do videos, and then I kind of link my talking videos of the updates to his videos of working on the bike. And we'll probably be channeling a lot of traffic over to Morgan due to, well, he'll have the bike, so he'll be able to do nonstop updates. I basically, once it's out of my hands, can only do talking videos, so I'm not getting much traffic there. If you think about it, you're like, well, he's doing this for YouTube. You know, you don't make much money on YouTube. So this is not something you can go ask IMS Products. I pitched them the idea to give away the bike for helping me rebuild the bike last time. I said, let's make it to 20 years. If we can make this bike last 20 years, you know, let's do it. And we have. And I've ran the bike. I've gotten the use out of the bike. And I like to think I'm a person of my word. So instead of giveaway where you might just sell the bike if I give it to you, which I know you're like, man, I might as well just give you $5,000 or $2,000, whatever the bike goes for. I might as well just say, here's that money, because that's what you're going to do with it. So why do it? Auctioning it off, the money is raised, it goes to a great group of guys and gals that can put on these rides for veterans and first responders. So links to Morgan at Highland Cycle, to Motorcycle Relief Project, to the GoFundMe page, to Meeker Extreme page that I talk about all this also, will be in the description, will be on a pinned comment. That way you'll have easy access. And if you could open your hearts, if you could donate 5, 10, 20 bucks, that will be awesome. And I'm going to do videos where I walk through like, hey, you know, thank you Bill and Bob and Jim for what, you know, these amounts you gave on GoFundMe. You know, that means we're at, after the fees, this much money. And that way you're assured that this is what came in, these are the fees GoFundMe took, and here's the money we have to play with. Now I know what you're asking yourself. Well, what happens if you actually raise that $3,000, but it only cost you $2,200 to build the bike after parts and stuff? Well, then we would take that $800 and we're going to just give Motorcycle Relief Project, here's 800 bucks on top of the bike. So either way, they're getting the money. Morgan's not taking any money. I'm not taking any money. It's obviously going to cost me money to run back and forth, but I'm not going to do that. That's just, I'm going to just include that in my giveaway / loss, if you will, that I'm giving the bike away, and I'm going to, you know, it's going to cost me 500 bucks maybe, kind of going back and forth. So be it. That's my part of this whole thing. Plus, if we raise quite a bit of money, there's some neat items I would like to see on the bike. I would like to see an e-start kit from CFab. I would like to see that, but he's a small shop. There's not a big profit margin on these kits. So he will honestly probably give me some sort of deal, but still, it's going to cost money. So that's a wish list item, and that's not going to happen if we don't have some money raised. So if you would like to see an e-start kit on an XR650R, if you would like to see Electron on an XR650R, if you would like to see some flex bars and this and that, some really trick parts, then that's where it's going to help us to make that happen. So you can say, you know, I have an XR650R, I don't need another one, I'm not going to bid on one, but I would love to see that on one of these bikes, and it's well worth me giving, you know, $20 to see those on a bike, because that's $20. I can see somebody put it on, and it might help me decide if I want that item for this bike. So if we can raise that $3,000, I would love to do all those trick parts. Let's see if we can make that happen. And like I said, for some reason we can't make it all happen and there's money left over, that money is going to motorcycle relief project, because we're not taking anything from it. This isn't to make money on our end. This isn't to pay me vacation time to go out to Montrose, you know, when it starts to get a little bit nicer again. No, that's not what this is. This is literally building a bike, auctioning it off, and giving the money to a great organization. So anyways, I've rambled on long enough, I see. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, check out my other videos. Also, go over to Morgan's YouTube channel, Highland Cycles. I'll have the link in the description along with everything else. And just follow along. And hopefully you like what I'm doing. Hopefully you like what Morgan is doing, and these companies that are basically stepping up and saying, hey, we want to see this happen and we want to support Motorcycle Relief Project. So thank you all and take care. Hit that notification so you can follow along. Have a good one. Bye.